Dear esteemed Module 8 participants, welcome to lesson number 9. This is the part 2 of our last lesson on no coding required AI tools for the higher education researcher. I am Adekunle Ibrahim Oladejo. To our dear father, teacher and mentor, distinguished Professor Peter Akinshola Okebukola, thank you, sir, for your love and continued mentorship. In today's lesson, we'll start by doing a bit of revision of what we learned in the last class, particularly focusing on Scispace. We'll scan through ethical considerations in the use of AI for academic publishing. We'll look at what Elsevier, Wiley, Taylor and Francis, and APA are saying. We'll highlight 20 tools for data analysis, and then we'll explore with practical examples the features of Data Scroll, Vinley, and Chatpixel. Now time for action. Here is Scispace. I'm sure most of us will have explored this particular AI tool beyond what we had in the video. My interest in this tool is its ability to explain mathematical equations or tables without necessarily copying the text out of the document. Let's look at this particular document by Ademola et al. There are about 6 or more tables in this document. Sometimes when we see tables in documents or articles like this, it is difficult to read meanings to these tables or the information in the tables, particularly if the author did not do a bit of effort to ensuring that the table is well explained to all readers or most of the readers. But with Scispace, we can take care of this particular interest. All you need to do, is come to this particular feature where it says explain maths and table. Click on it. When you can see the purple line as shown, which means that particular function is activated. We bring you can see this plus sign, bring it to the table and hold down the cursor and try to highlight that table as I'm doing now. Once you highlight, just drop it. If you look at the right hand side, Scispace already took that table to this Copilot window and it's already explaining what is in that table. This is a table that we cropped and it says insights from the table. The table provides information on the mean and standard deviation of retention test score for male and female students who were taught using Koshiro techno-contextual approach. And it went on like that. It tells relevance of the results, important conclusions, and like that. This is what Scispace will do for you if you need to understand what any table is saying at all in any document. Let's take another example. This is another table here. All I need to do is click this function or button again, and then I'll crop that space where the table is and I'll drop it. It goes again to the Copilot box. You can see it here on my right hand side, and then the machine is trying to analyze and give us some insights into that table. It says the table presents the mean and standard deviation of retention test score for 2 groups, CTCA and lecture group, based on gender, male and female. How lovely this is. The table also provides the number of participants in, that's n of cases, for each group and gender. And it tells us the results, the relevance of the results. This is one major function of Scispace that I think we need to share with ourselves. And I'm sure that most of us will enjoy working with this particular feature of Scispace. Now let's move into today's lesson. We'll start by exploring what is it that scholars are saying on the use of AI in terms of ethical considerations with the use of AI in publishing. I'll just glance through all of these pages, believing that after this, by the time we watch this video, we'll take our time to go into their details, read about them, and then be able to use them so that as we are using AI tool for our research, we are using it ethically. We are not violating any of the research ethics. This says how much AI content is acceptable in research. That is what this particular article is discussing. And my major interest here is this table here. This table is saying research paper. As we know that use of AI writing tools is helpful in assisting you to work more quickly, but there are some restrictions of over relying on them. Here are the guidelines on acceptable amounts of AI generated content in research papers based on reviewing academic integrity standards and experts' perspectives. So in this article, it's saying for the field of natural science, whatever content you have should not be more than 20 to 30% of it that is AI generated. For social science, we have 10 to 20%. For medical sciences, 25 to 35%, and like that up to arts and design, which seem to be the lowest, 5 to 10%. I'm sure that this might not be a fast and hard rule or hard and fast rule on what amount of, just like we have in plagiarism check, we have some lenience. Okay, you can have maybe 20% plagiarism or 5% similarity or 10% similarity is acceptable by this journal. The other journal can say 10%. Something like that is what this article is telling us with respect to AI. Beyond that is this further on that article says, how do you detect AI written documents by just reading it without having to post the documents into any of the AI tools that we have explored in the past? We can read through these documents and get one or two things from it. That is on one angle. That is one angle to it. The other angle is, let's look at what publishing houses are saying in terms of author guidelines for publishing in them. And I like to focus on Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, Wiley, and AP, as I mentioned earlier. Let's take a look at this. Almost, I've taken time to read through. Almost, they're all saying almost the same thing. If you are using AI, use it ethically. For Elsevier, it says the use of generative AI and AI-assisted technologies in writing for Elsevier. It says, okay, you can write with this, but what do? Authors should disclose. Okay, when you write with AI, you should be transparent enough to disclose what part of the document is AI generated. You should declare the use of these technologies for supporting transparency and trust between authors, readers, reviewers, editors, and contributors. It went for us to talk about when you use AI to generate figures, to generate image, how do you go about it? Where does it become acceptable and when is it not? All of these we can see from here. Willie is saying almost the same thing as well. It's saying, okay, these are the recommendations. When you have when you use AI for writing, what should you ensure? Make sure that, okay, when you are using LMS or other generative AI tools, should not be listed as authors. Authors should be transparent about their use of generative AI, and editors should have access to the tools that you have used, and that is transparency. Like I said earlier, almost all of them are saying the same thing. We can take our time to go through them. Willie is saying generative artificial intelligence, a balancing act for publishers. So let's take time to read through these things so that as we continue to use AI in enhancing our research activities and functions, we will be doing so ethically and will not be fall short of having overruled any ethical standard. That said, this is for Taylor and Francis, this is for APA, and then this is also for APA. We will see all of these sites on our screen when we watch the videos, and then we can take time to explore them on our own. Let's now move to next on our agenda, which is showcasing the 20 AI tools that we can use for data analysis. Here are these tools. I'll start by going through this 10 first, and then we'll come to the next 10. This site is saying the 10 best AI data analysis tools in 2024. Whether whether they are the best or not, I don't have any data to prove that, but that is what the site is saying. First on the list is Polymer. Okay, first on the list is Polymer. This is Polymer. This is how the interface for Polymer looks like. Then we can see a bit of what Polymer can do for us and how it functions. Next is Tableau. This is what the interface looks like. We can explore the free trial of almost all of these tools, but one thing is that we won't have access to to all of the features until we have the paid version. The third on this list is Monkey Learn. The fourth is Microsoft Power BI. Microsoft Power BI is one unique tool for data analysis that is trending, particularly this year. If you turn here, you see Microsoft Power BI there, Microsoft Power BI. It is a very powerful tool for data visualization. I am thinking and hoping that at some point in the future, we would have opportunity to explore this particular software and see how well we can make use of it. Science is another one, and the Microsoft Excel too is now embedding AI in it, particularly if you are using 365. It's now having some AI features that can help us enhance our data analysis. Accio is another one. 8th on this list is QLeak, and then we have Looker, and then we have the last one, which is SAP Business Objects. Let's take a look at another 10 AI tools that we can use for data analysis. Here it says top 10 AI tools for data analysis and calculation. What I love most about this site and the 10 AI tools that it discusses is that it tells the user or the reader about the pros and cons of these tools. The first here is TensorFlow. Let me go down a bit. The first here is TensorFlow. You can see the description, you can see the pros and the cons and when to use them. For example, here it says TensorFlow is ideal for developing and training machine learning models, particularly neural network. Its ability to handle complex numerical computations makes it suitable for use in image and speech recognition. Next is IBM Watson. You can see the description, the pros and the cons. Here is Microsoft Azure. It's also a very good machine learning. We can explore it and then see how well it functions. This is Google AI platform. The 5th here is RapidMiner, which is also very good. Screen App Video Analyzer. That's the 6th one. The 7th one here is PyTorch. The next is Alteryx. And Alteryx says Alteryx is a self-service data analytics tool that allows users to prepare, blend, and analyze data. It also provides features for spatial and predictive analytics. Alteryx offers an intuitive workflow that is drag and drop based, making it easy to use for even making it easy to use even for non-programmers. And the 9th one here is MathWorks or MATLAB. Then the last one here is 9. We can explore these AI tools at our own leisure and see which one suits our needs better. So let's now go and explore the last 3 that we have agreed to explore in this lesson. And these are DataScrub, Vinley, and last one, which is Chatpixel. This is DataScrub. This is what the interface looks like. But before you get here, you will need to once you enter this URL into search bar or just type DataScrub AI into the search bar, you'll get to an interface that looks like this. And then you'll be asked to try for free. If you click on it, it took you to a dialog box where you need to register. You can register or continue with your Google detail. Okay, so once you register, you have a box like this. I've registered. You have this dialog box. You key in your details, and then it will send an email, a verifying email or confirmation email to the email address that you have provided, and then you have something like this. Once you verify it, you can log in and then start exploring this particular AI tool. And this is what the initial page would look like once you log in, something like this. And then from here, you can click on new project to upload your data. Let's see what I have done with this particular tool. I have uploaded 2 data sets, and this data scroll is good for data visualization as much as Chatpixel. Let me click on this new data project. Okay, I will try to explain how this machine gets to this particular detail. Okay, this is where I have the data, my project. You can delete if you want to delete, then you can upgrade to the paid version if you want to upgrade to the paid version. If you click on this, you go back to where we're coming from, which is where the chart is. But you can add data to this particular one, but because we are using the free version, this is locked, so we can't explore this. When you're done generating visuals from your data, you can download the report or the visual. You can also share. If you click on this now, it will tell you, okay, give some comments, put the email address here that you want to share with, and then you can share. But we are unable to do that because we are using the free version of this particular tool. So here is data, but I want to go to the beginning of this data, and I like to start from here. Please. Let me select new chart. So this is the work interface, and from here you can ask that this machine should generate an auto chart for you, or you can describe what chart you want to generate yourself. Let's pick auto AI. Okay, within that data, this is what this machine is telling us. Okay, teaching method, gender, teaching method per gender, group by teaching method. Okay, it's saying that here you have cooperative learning strategy group, you have CCA group, you have flipped learning group, and you have the think peer share group. And then based on gender, this is the number of students in cooperative learning. This is it for CCA, this is it for flipped learning, and this is it for think peer share. You can also visualize the average post-test score for each of the teaching method grouped by gender. So male 17, then female 12.88, male 18.37, and female 18.38, male 17.77 and females 17.58, male 17.29 here, and 20, and for female 12.71 here. So you can keep adjusting the parameters for this data as much as you want, and you can download these charts, you can delete, you can edit it, and say, okay, I want you to do this for me. Let's try to edit this. Okay, the machine is splitting the data based on the teaching methods by gender, giving us the mean score. Okay, for example, it's saying that, okay, the mean score for male students in cooperative learning group is 17, while the mean score for the female student is 12. Automatically, we'll be saying that the male students seem to outperform the female students. Okay, but should you don't want it this way, you can say, okay, let this be post-test score. Okay, this is average. This is average. This is, okay, let's go by count. You can see that the data is already changing. We are going by count, we are going by post-test score, and then teaching method. Don't want to do anything for gender. Let's say none here. So what this is telling us is that, okay, for this group, there are 48 students. Anyway, we're saying count the post-test score by teaching method. We're saying that, okay, for the cooperative learning strategy group, there are 48 subjects. For the CTCA group, there are 48 subjects. For the flipped learning group, there are 46 subjects, while for the Think Peer Share group, there are 52 subjects. So we can continue to manipulate this filter based on what information we want to get. And once we have the kind of what we think it is of interest to us, we can download it. And for those of us who are even using this free version, you can screenshot and crop this into your manuscript or the paper that you or where you need that information. Let's go to Chatpixel and I'll come back to Vinley, because that is where our assignments, our practical for this lesson will come from. This is Chatpixel. For Chatpixel, like I said, Chatpixel, like DataSQL, is also for data visualization and analysis. I uploaded 2 data this morning. Let's look at them. Here is one of the 2 data files that I uploaded this morning to Chatpixel, and here is the information. You can see that loaded, and then you can scroll to the left or to the right. So if you come to recommended charts, once you upload, automatically this once you upload your data, automatically this AI tool will generate information for you like this, and then you can start to pick this information one after the other, get the insights into this get insights into this data, see, okay, which one fits into what you want, and then have a good understanding of what that data is saying. Let's look at this. For example, it says a score of 91 indicates that most respondents are in agreement regarding the score for discussion forum 1. The responses haven't been filtered to only include those who strongly agree with the statement improved virus knowledge in science class, and like that, and like that, and like that, up to the last page. So we can go up like that. We can keep going. You'll see as many visuals as this particular tool has generated for us. Let's look at this. This is on impact on examination malpractice. This is the insight that this tool has generated on impact on examination malpractice and specialization. You see that here is the STEM group, here is the other, here is law specialization, just by the color indication, and then here is the chart that it has produced for us. You can enlarge this, you can download this chart as PNG and then make use of it. Here is the insights into that particular part of the data, and you can see how detailed this is. This much we can do with Chatpixel. It helps us to visualize our data and gives us insights into that data. So let's now explore Vinley. Vinley is a very beautiful data analysis tool. I have explored it a bit this morning, and it's wonderful. You will imagine what this machine is able to do for us. Beyond visualization, it can actually analyze your data for you one after the other. If you will need to register and log in as we did for DataSQL. And then here are some follow-com data, but I uploaded one this morning. If you want to upload your own, all you need to do is, well, like I said, we'll be using this for our data analysis. So once you register through the link, for example, let's do it this way. If you just see Vinley AI, see it will take you to this particular link. Just click on this, and then it says open Vinley. You can open sorry, I guess network issue here. Okay, this is Vinley, and because I have registered, that is why it's coming straight to this page, to this page directly. Okay, what would you like to ask? And if you look at this dialog box, you will quickly be able to match it with what do you call it now? What ChatGPT looks like. So it's working almost. The interface looks almost like ChatGPT, and the mode of operation also looks like ChatGPT, but it's a very very great tool. So you can pick a new file from here. Let's try to do that together. Let me add file. I'll pick let me pick now let me go to desktop. There's a new file that I want to use coming on. Okay, I want to use this. It's uploading the new data, and it's asking me, okay, what do you want to do with this data? Okay, I'm saying, okay, thank you for what you have done, but I'd like you to, it's giving you some prompt question. You can ask your own question directly based on your research question, or just use one of these prompt questions to see what this particular machine will do for you. And that's exactly what I did here. So here I just picked on average post test score by teaching method. You can see that is here. I just picked that, and it says average post test score by teaching method, and it tells me that, oh, here, this is what you have. These are the post test scores. These are the teaching methods, and then based on gender, this is what you have. I'm saying, okay, no, please do it again. What will be the mean of the students in this group, those in CTCA group, those in flipped learning group, and those in take peer share? And these are the answers. Post test score, the mean for cooperative learning group is 14.25. For CTCA is 18.37. For flipped learning is 17.67. While for think peer share is 14.56. So with this now, it's telling me that, okay, the average post-test score by teaching method are as follows. Just what I explained earlier here into 2 decimal places. Okay, I went for her to say, okay, fine, compare this post-test score by gender. Okay, say, okay, for cooperative learning strategy, the female students are having 12.2 and the male students are having 70.7. If you remember what we saw in data square, that which was visualized. Let me try to go back there. Let me put this on gender. You see that it's saying, okay, for saying that the males, no, I don't want count, I want average. So that is it's okay, the mean score for cooperative learning strategy for male students, it's 17. That's approximately to the nearest whole number, and for female is 12.8. 12.88. Let's go to Vinley and see that you can see this is 17 and this is 12.88. For the cultural techno contextual approach group, the females are having the female students, or the female students have 18.38 mean score, while the male students have 18.37. Let's see the visual. For CTCA group, you can see 18.37 for males, and then for females you have 18.38. That much you can do. So you can find the mean difference between male and female group based on your research question, and then it says, okay, the average post-test score by gender is as follows. So I'm not asking you to say, okay, I'm not asking them, and I asked the machine, okay, go further, find me the mean difference among the four groups. And it says, okay, the mean difference among the four groups will be 4.3. And that will mean when you take the mean score for each, in other words, when you take the mean score here and subtract it from one another, you see that what you have will be, the difference will be 4.13. And one lovely thing I want to know here, and I have to mention, is that as you analyze your data, you will see that the machine is generating some codes like Python code. It is this code that it is using to analyze this data for you. And most of us who are computer, who are who have good flair for this particular part of the tool, will actually enjoy this code. And you can copy and keep the code. When you download, the code will definitely come with it. So this was a question directly from me. Okay, tell me the mean difference between the three groups, and it says it's 4.13. And I'm not asking, okay, analyze the distribution, analyze this data, analyze the distribution of this post-test score, and of course it did that for me. You can see this is flipped learning approach, this is cooperative learning, this is think, pair, share, and this is contextual approach. I went further to say, okay, I generated the null hypothesis, and I said, okay, test this null hypothesis. And the hypothesis is there will be no statistically significant difference in the post-test score of students in the four groups. That was the null hypothesis that I asked this machine to generate, and beautifully it did that for me. It says the one-way ANOVA. It even tells that this ANOVA is not just an ANOVA, it is a one-way ANOVA. This one-way ANOVA resulted in an F statistic of 16.85 and a p-value of approximately 9.53. This very low p-value suggests that there is a statistically significant difference in the post-test scores among the four teaching methods, leading us to reject the null hypothesis. So I only asked one question. Tell me if there's a statistically significant difference among these four groups. But the AI tool went further to even give me a decision on that particular hypothesis. Okay, since you have tentatively guessed or tentatively say that there will be no difference, and now that you have found a difference, that null hypothesis should be rejected. This is the beauty of Vinley AI. You can go further and further and further and further to ask this machine to generate more for you. So what then would be our assignment for practical 9, or the task for practical 9? And that's very simple. All we need to do is this. For practical 9, we will be using any available data within our reach, and then we'll do four things. One, we'll formulate one research question and one hypothesis. We'll upload the Excel file to Vinley, just as I did earlier. Once you upload the Excel file, then go to the chat window and then ask it to answer the question and test the null hypothesis. Then use Vinley to analyze the data and answer the research question and test the hypothesis. Download your reports as PDF, and then we'll upload these reports into our Module 8 class sites as Practical 9. So let's download together and let's see how simple that is. So this is the report. I've downloaded this earlier. This is the downloaded copy of that report, but I will show it to us again how to do it. So once you are on Vinley and then you have your output like this, just come to this right hand side here. This is download. Just click on download. It will give you option. Do you want HTML? Do you want IP wide, or do you want PDF? But of course we want PDF, so just click on PDF. And you can see that the machine is preparing your reports. Just be patient a bit. Yes, the report is generated. So if I go to my download file, I'll see this particular report here. But before then, let me just open directly from here. So this is the output from Vinley, and then you can see notebook. You can see today's date on it. You can see the first question that it answered. This is the code that was that the machine ran behind the scene. Actually, not behind, because once you do it, you see it running the code right before you, and then this interpretation of that and the outputs. It went on like that. You can see the mean score for the different groups. You can see the mean score based on gender, and then of course the hypothesis that we tested. We looked at mean difference among the 4 groups. This is the output, and like that. So say you just save this file and then upload to your practical 9, to upload it under practical 9 in your module 8 class site, and that will be the task for practical 9. I'm sure this is simple enough. I want to implore us to please take time to go through these tools very well. And unlike using SPSS or any of these other data analysis tool, just you don't have to memorize any algorithm. Say, okay, I'll go to analyze, I'll click compare means. You don't have to. Just upload your data and ask the question, and then bam, you have your answer. Particularly with Vinley, this is a very, very good AI tool. Julius AI can also do the same, but you won't enjoy Julius AI without the paid version. In fact, once you upload any file that is a bit heavy, it will tell you that there's no way. I've tried it and there was no way. So, but the basic version is just $20 for Julius AI, and it can also do almost everything that Vinley can do for you, particularly with analyzing, answering your research questions and testing hypotheses, as much as doing regression. All of those Julius AI can do for you. Vinley 2, I think Vinley 2 is also $20. Let me try to let's click upgrade to premium. Yeah, so $20 for basic, and that's for 1 month, and then for premium is $40. So we can just pay for those of us who really need these tools, just beyond the trial version. That's what I mean. All of us would need it, but beyond the trial version, because if you see here now, it's already telling me that I have 7 attempts left. You have 7 messages left. So once I ask 7 more questions and it gives me an answer, that's the end of Solomon for my trial version. I'll need to go and pay before I'll be able to continue to use this particular tool. Thank you so much for being here. This is the end of our lesson for today. So far, what have we learned? We have scanned through ethical considerations in the use of AI for academic publishing. We look at what Elsevier is saying, Willie, Taylor and Francis, and Appa. And I remember I did say that almost all of them are saying the same thing. When you want to use AI, use it ethically. Do not take AI as an author. Do not just ask this machine to generate you 2,000 word essay and copy it and paste it straight into your document and say you have done something. That is not an ethical way of using AI. We have highlighted, we've also scanned through 20 AI tools that we can use, and includes Polymer, Accio, QLink, TensorFlow, IBM Watson, and others. And then we were able to explore the trial version features of 3 other AI tools, the Chatpixel, Vinley, and of course, the TaskRail. This is the end of lesson 9. Thank you very much for being here, and I do hope that we're enjoying the remaining parts of this model. Bye-bye.